This time on Apocalypse Auto, we're going to take my 1983 Chevy K5 Blazer with a 350 small block, and we're going to apocalypse it up and bug it out. Alright, so I got this Blazer for $2,500. I got it for just playing around and doing a little bit of work in my yard. It's got 35-inch grabbers and a 6-inch lift, and it's a beast. So the first thing any 35-year-old 4x4 needs is some help. My dad gave me his old winch for a gift, so it didn't cost me anything, which, if it's free, it's the one for me. So first thing we had to do to get it on my Blazer was to cut down a hitch to fit between the frame rails. Then we drilled some holes so Wayne could run a bolt through and weld a nut onto the backside.
Ooh, that's nutty.
Just like you, Wayne. Then it was just a matter of putting it into place, running the bolts back through the frame rails, and then just for good measure we welded that into place, make sure it wasn't going anywhere. So to get my bumper back on the Blazer, we just cut a hole through the bumper. Not very apocalyptic, but incredibly cheap, just like the owner.
There's a hole in your bumper.
So the hitch mount could poke out, and then put the winch right on the front of that.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So next thing I wanted to do to make it more apocalyptic, never seen a fastback K5 before, so decided to chop the back off. So after adding the pipe that I just cut to the back of the Blazer to add a little bit of form to it, we did a little bit of fiberglassing and then smashed the back half of the window out so that I could cut the frame, cut some plexiglass to fit in its place, and then put it back in the Blazer, and look at this, the window still opens.
I thought we said no more emo kids. It's not emo to paint stuff black. All right, sure.
Damn, that looks good. good. So next thing we did was cut out some pieces of the bumper so we could weld some 1-inch tube all the way through to the bottom of the bumper, try to make it as structurally sound as possible. So after He-Man Shane did a little bit of structure test on the welds he just did, it was time to make the tailgate and the tire mounts.
That sweet lie. But the real test is, Ian, put it on there and I want to see you sit on it and swing. Bitch, bro.
Keep going anywhere though.
Weld testing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
Done. Way easier than drilling a bunch of holes. Wayne's working on a hernia. This is a hood. We're gonna post it on the back of the Blazer.
So this hood was another case of I just used what I had lying around the shop. I had this big gaping hole in the back of my Blazer and winter was coming, so I knew that my truck bed was just going to get full of snow if I didn't do something. We made this to be the support for the hood so we could put the hinges on it so we could make the hood open and close, and it's also removable. It's heavy as hell though, and I couldn't stand it being red, so I decided to paint it black.
1, 2.
And then we put it all together. We just put some wing nuts on it to screw down nice and tight. Next thing to make this K5 more Apocalypse Auto, well, let's make it more waterproof.
Alright, got the last part of my snorkel. Got my snorkel cap, the heater defroster fresh air intake hose for a 1953 through 1962 Corvette. I'm putting it on a K5 Blazer. The air is so clean in here.
So I just cut a hole through my hood so I could mount the snorkel in there. So here I just cut some 1/4-inch pipe to run some bolts through that will just act as spacers on the hood of the Blazer.
Alright, you notice how in my truck I got electrical tape and duct tape.
Look at how melted this electrical tape is. This is what's gonna make the snorkel watertight.
Alright, now let's see. Bam! Beautiful.
So next thing was to get Shane to help me waterproof my carburetor.
So we got the butyl rubber tape we used to seal off the carburetor around the gasket there. Seal the air cleaner assembly on top of the carburetor. And we're going to also apply a amount of it inside the crack here on the lid so that once it's placed down on top of it, there will be nowhere for water to enter. It's already sealed on there.
Paint always makes it go faster. This way it'll match my nice orange valve covers. So here is where I set my camera down on the tire of my Blazer after I got done with this shot and forgot it there, so I ran it over when I left Shane's house, and luckily the memory card survived and got all the footage. I had to order another one off eBay. So by the time I got my new camera, it was the middle of winter and there was about 2 feet of snow on the ground, so figured it was the perfect time to go try to drive my Blazer through some deep water and test out my snorkel.
Found some water, but it wasn't very deep, so the next day I got Shane and Wayne to come out. We went out in Shane's Suburban to try to find somewhere to test out the snorkel. So at this point the Blazer was too heavy, we got stuck in the snow. We tried to get Shane to pull out my Blazer with his Suburban, but we were just getting Shane's Suburban stuck. So we decided to test my winch out for the first time, and luckily it worked like a charm. Shane only had to back out like 3 miles and managed to only get stuck once for like 30 seconds. So after that debacle, we went to another spot and finally we found it. So when we got there, the Blazer was overheating so bad because the radiator cap was broken and all the fluid had evaporated. So I ended up getting a new cap a couple days later, but on the day we just let it cool off, put some new fluid in it, and decided the best way to cool it off would be to dunk it immediately in the river. Oh! Damn, did I hit a rock or a stump or something?
Oh no! That is not good.
I don't know what I hit.
Front wheels aren't even moving.
This is ridiculous.
Are you in 4 low? Are you sure? Because your front wheels aren't moving. Tell me you locked your hubs.
Nope.
Your front wheels are not moving.
Well, I was just gonna try to crawl up and stick my arm down and turn the hub.
I have dry suit.
I'm so retarded.
Where's your temp gauge?
Hot again.
It's hot, hot.
Hotty, hot, hot, hot. You're supposed to be the voice of reason, Wayne. I blame you for this.
I told you we shouldn't add insult to injury.
I just dunked my Blazer into the river, forgot to put it in 4-wheel drive, and now I'm stuck on a mystery object. So I tried to climb up on the hood, reach down into the water, and turn my hubs to get my Blazer into 4-wheel drive.
In there just for you.
Don't fall in. Let me.
Dry suit up. It's a long ways down there.
Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's cold. I got it.
Oh, you got it? Nice. There's Lee hanging over the edge of his truck while trying to put in his hubs. Yeah, I think he's getting them, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get out without getting a tug.
This is stupid.
Is it this or is it you?
I think it's me. There's no
Here.
He tries to go 4x.
In the middle of winter, through ice cold water,
Dude.
in a truck that's overheating.
Well, when that didn't work, luckily Shane had his dry suit in his Suburban, and he put that on, getting ready to pull me out of the river.
One's still stuck. All right, Shane, suit up. Shane the cosmonaut.
Oh, cold.
Yeah?
Remember Wayne? Back up to deal with Shane.
Yeah. Pray to your God, Wayne. Pray!
Oh, that's gnarly. Oh. Let's see something you're gonna have to help me with. Here, hold this, please. Hold this. Wait. That's not normal. Ah! Dude! What just happened? Did you get that on film? Yes! Oh my god. That was gnarly. My door and the door hit and came back and whacked it. Now it works good. You know how I realized this because I couldn't.
That just happened. Shane bashed his pinky on his door when he was getting out of the Suburban, and it broke.
So after that whole failure, we decided the only thing that would make us happy was to go ride some go-karts. But we couldn't just make it that easy, so we had to have a bet. Whoever the loser was had to lose some hair. So I was gonna have to cut my hair, and Wayne or Shane were gonna have to shave their beards.
Okay, here we go. First in line was Wayne, then me, and then Shane was behind me, so we were off. Let the clawing and the gnashing of teeth begin. Wayne just out on a leisurely drive out front there, and then Shane's trying to sneak up beside me, so I decided to ram him into the wall a little bit. No big deal. I got stuck behind these people that were slowing down in front of me, and then Shane managed to sneak past me, and then he set his sights on Wayne. Here's the point where Shane sneaks in front of Wayne. Then it was up to me to chase Wayne down so I wouldn't have to cut all my hair off. Me and Wayne trading a little bit of paint here. And then at this point, I thought I had him, but then he tapped me, he made me spin out, and then everything went all to hell. I tried to catch up with him, but before I could, our round was over. And I'm pretty sure I know the results of who won and who's cutting their hair.
Is there lap times on there?
There should be.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody. That one's the so that one's one position. Down here was Beeman.
Is there a Wayne?
There you are.
Ah, Wanano.
Oh yeah, that's much better. Fourth. Did you get two? If you got second, I'm gonna be pissed. You were third.
Well, looks like cutting my hair. That backfired. Yeah. the next day I had to go in and chop off my beautiful locks. Let's see, it's been a couple weeks since we've been here, which means it's spring in Montana, and that means it's still winter. And we're here to try to attempt to drive my Blazer and use the snorkel.
Instead of sinking it and getting stuck.
We're here to attempt to drive in some deep ass water.
And hopefully remember to put four-wheel drive.
Right. Now that the sun was out, I could walk in and try to figure out what I ran into last time. And here it is. Apparently there used to be a bridge that went across this water, and these are the iron I-beams that used to hold up that bridge. And it actually bent the steering control arm attached to my front wheels. So I decided this time I would put on my hip waders and go out into the water to make sure I wasn't going to run into anything this time. Once I knew it all was clear, it was go time.
The beast. Undercarriage wash. Well, we're gonna have to lower it so that we can actually use the snorkel. It's too tall. Start over.
There's so much water coming in the hole.
Oh yeah!
I got that huge hole in there and it was like, whoa, dude, it was really deep over there and it was just filling up.
Can't hear the engine, it's so deep underwater.
So much water.
Yes! Oh, yes, dude!
You get all wet, Arrow.
That was so much water! So, the reason I wanted to build this snorkel, instead of just buying one, A, was because it was incredibly cheap, probably cost me about 150 bucks for everything, and B, it's because my first K5 Blazer I got when I was about 19, I drowned in a big puddle. It wasn't even a river or a lake or a pond, it was just a big puddle. I went through too fast and got a bunch of water in my carburetor and intake and pretty much destroyed it. Sold that Blazer for 75 bucks. So I didn't want to do that again. This way, you know, this snorkel is good enough to keep the water out if I'm just driving through a big puddle at least, and even going through a river, as long as you don't just dive right in and go, you know, 6 feet deep, then you're in big trouble.
I'm victorious!
King of the river.
King of this river! Alright, so after riding the wave of victory from getting to use my snorkel finally, I saw this ginormous hill and I figured, yeah, sure, why not? I bet the Blazer can make it up that, all 500,000 pounds of it. This hill was a beast. You could tell that people have driven up it before, but Arrow could barely climb the thing.
Is God chose to.
Now watch here how the front left tire and the rear right tire are spinning and the other two aren't. That's because the Blazer doesn't have differential lockers, which if I did, it would make climbing this hill a walk in the park. But without them, I just couldn't get the massive hulk of the Blazer to make it up this hill.
Make it up. It's kind of sad. Yeah, I'm gonna go put it in two-wheel drive and spin a shitty right there.
We're on a mission and we're gonna make the road and gasoline. There ain't no war left out here, it's just a beautiful the end of the line. Beautiful. Let's go for a ride.
Alright, so what did we learn from all this? Well, first thing, my truck definitely needs some differential lockers. And that's the whole point. You gotta get out, you gotta learn your vehicle, and then when you find a weak point, you just need to fix it and make it better for next time. So that's what we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to get some true four-wheel drive in this thing and come back and try it again. But until next time, from all of us here at Apocalypse Auto, thank you so much for watching.
I know it's over, but the ringing is still in my ears. Oh, come along, but let's get one thing clear. Will I follow your fire with only hope to gain? Valley of lords and liars. Well, out here, they're all the same. There ain't no war left out here, it's just a beautiful earth. The end of the line.